Okay, so you're going to be in America relatively soon, right?
Yes, I am.
About, was it like 5 weeks, a month, something like that?
It's about a month, yeah.
Yeah, so next month you'll be in America.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you're coming on the 4th of July?
I am arriving on America Day, yeah.
Super, super patriotic. Very cool. Do you think, because this is what I was going to ask you, do you think that while you're here during this day, will you let me teach you how to play Smash?
Ooh. I begrudgingly suppose.
Okay.
I suppose, yeah.
That's why I asked you on the show, is because I knew that you wouldn't be so mean to say no. I know you want to say no, which is why it's extremely manipulative what I'm doing. I'm asking you on the show.
I know that if I said no, then I'd just be peer pressured into it on Twitter afterwards because people can hear it. So so I'm effectively just peer pressuring myself in my own head now beforehand.
Yeah, because you were mentioning a little bit before we started recording that you play as Pikachu sometimes.
Yes, I play as Pikachu nearly all the time, actually.
That's a good...
he's the only way that I can get anywhere.
Pikachu's a really well-rounded character. And you were also telling me...
Say that again.
What? Oh, because he's round?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. And I've told you this before. We don't mock Pikachu on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about his body type.
He's sensitive about it.
Sometimes when I'm playing Smash with friends, I'll say, okay, this round we have to pick round boys, and so it's like Kirby, Meta Knight, etc. You know, and I guess Pikachu doesn't count. It's not as round as Kirby.
He's not quite round enough.
Yeah, not perfect. No. Not a perfect circle or anything like that. Pac-Man counts, obviously.
Obviously, the roundest of them all. Yeah.
But you were telling me a little before we started recording that you wanted me to Google something.
And
I told you I wanted to do it live on the show.
Yeah. I was wondering if you had ever perchance typed Pikachu Libre into Google Images.
No.
Our beloved Pikachu that you can select in a little wrestling costume on Smash.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you want me to Google Pikachu Libre and go to images?
Yes.
Can the people at home also do this?
They can play along. Okay. Everyone can Google Pikachu Libre.
It's porn. What the fuck? What are you doing?
It's not porn.
It is not porn. Ooh, what? Some of it's kind of porny, though.
It's close, though.
Some of it's, I was joking, and then... Holy shit, Billy. I was joking, and some of... Pikachu's so thick. I can't believe it.
Do you now see why I said you can say that again to you saying that he's round?
Yeah. This is insane.
Pikachu.
Okay, here's the thing.
Stacked. Can you
Don't
believe
Google it at home. How about that? None of this is outright nudity.
No, in fact, fully dressed in all of them.
I think that's what almost makes it worse.
Pikachu's usually naked, but in these, fully dressed.
I think that's what makes it a little horny, right? Is that Pikachu is now in this like tight spandex type of clothing.
Yeah.
And now it uses an excuse to
just give him an absolutely huge ass.
Yeah, just a really, really thick ass. And he's just making that shit clap, man. It's crazy.
It's insane. Sometimes there's titties too.
Yeah, sometimes there are titties. And you know what? I scrolled too far down and I just saw Pikachu getting face fucked. So we're
Oh my god. Okay.
We're just gonna start the show like this. Hey, welcome to All the Space in Between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy.
How are you guys? How's everybody doing? We have 3 questions that we should actually probably get to pretty soon because pretty quickly because there are 3 and we only have a certain amount of time to talk. Oh, but before that, I'm a little business boy. Did you know that?
You've just recently been sending some business messages.
Yeah, I made a little proposition. I liked, and this was like just now. This was right before we started recording. I and you, we, as they say, liked the outro song that we used for the last episode so much that I actually reached out to Slow Smog just now saying, Can we use it for the podcast permanentely?
Mm-hmm.
And they just got back to me saying, of course, absolutely. In fact, they were
absolutely fuck off.
Yeah,
no,
they get the fuck away from me. You didn't say the name right. You purposely gave the wrong Bandcamp URL. You know what's funny? I think I gave the wrong, because I don't think anyone's mentioned it. They certainly didn't mention it. I think I might have given the wrong Bandcamp when.
Oh my God.
Because I spelt it wrong. It's slow smog, and I think I said SLO and then spelt smog, like slow-mo, you know?
But that's not, but that's just you not knowing how to spell normal words.
That's true.
All.
I might have done it like, in a weird way, I might have done it, not unconsciously, but I might have done it, what's the word I'm looking for? Subconsciously, thank you. I might have done it subconsciously, this because I feel like threatened because he makes such good music.
Yeah, and there's only so much room in people's lives to listen to music, and any that kind of anyone else gets, like, only takes away from yours.
I could feel them not listening to my music every time they're not listening to my music.
Yeah.
Like, whenever anybody listens to somebody else, it hurts.
I feel poorer.
Yeah, I get poorer, actually. Here's the proper plug. SLOWSMOG at bandcamp.com, or you could just look up Slow Smog on Instagram or on Bandcamp or anything like that. I think you can just Google it at this point. We were like blown away at how good the music actually was, because when we got the email and I was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll play it at the end of this episode. It was blind. It was completely blind. And
we had not heard it by that point.
It could have sucked. It could have fucking sucked so bad that we had to like go back and edit that part of the episode out. But we were both very surprised that it's fantastic. It's really good music.
And also we found one that like worked as an outro song like perfectly, like straight away.
So much that we're willing to ditch our current outro and maybe our intro. Because I like things to match. I like things to feel like they're a part of the same thing. So we might be saying goodbye to what are we, 19 episodes deep. Might be saying goodbye to the music that we've used thus far. So as a goodbye, I've not told you this yet, as a goodbye, on this episode, I will be playing the outro that has your hello in it.
And, oh my God.
and now as a proper send-off, right?
You can't reveal this to me live while we're recording.
I am. That's what I'm doing. That's the type of show we're running here.
Okay. A surprise prank show.
You're gonna love it. People are gonna love it. I made this just as we were making the outro, and I had an audio clip of you saying hello, and I edited in right before the drop.
All right. Considering that it will be a send-off, yeah.
Oh yeah, as if I needed your. Okay, I accept. Like I would have fucking not done it.
As if I have any control over what happens to this audio file once I stop pressing recording. Like. As if you couldn't, if you wanted to, go in and just snip up my voice to make me say whatever the fuck you wanted me to, and I couldn't do anything about it.
For all they know, you could have just said, no, I really don't want you to do that, and I've edited for you to say, yeah, let's do it. Let's just fucking do it. Who cares?
Just found a clip of me saying yeah from 5 episodes ago.
The exact same clip. You just you plainly going, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hop right into the first question.
Okay.
Actually, let me change my thing to the time so I know where we are. We're 9 minutes in, almost 10 minutes in. Let's get into the very first question.
Our first question is titled, "My pickle is an infectious disease," and it goes, "To the handsome Billy and gremlin-like Mitch."
Oof.
Thank you. I'm posing right now. I'm voguing. Thank you. I know that you two know who I am from my email address. Yes, we do. But for the love of God, please keep this anonymous. My pickle involves bodily fluids, so I see it as fit for discussion on the podcast. Okay. I have mono. Look it up if you do not know what it is. I retracted it from a water fountain. During that time
a likely story, okay. But go on.
Yeah, whatever, dear writer. Fucking whatever, you got it from a water fountain. During that time where I did not know about the virus running rampant in my body, I was hooking up with this guy who I am in a friends with benefits situation with. In fact, the morning that I got the call telling me that I have mono, I immediately thought to making out with this guy the night before. So chances are, I gave him a virus, but I did it unknowingly. We do not text each other or talk outside of planning our hookups, and now we are both home for the summer with no way to see each other. Do I text him and say, hey, I have mono, am I giving it to you? Or do I just ignore it? Because this is not like gonorrhea or something, but it is perhaps more serious than a sickness like the flu. Mono is sort of like an STD light. It is between the severity of an everyday disease and a sexually transmitted one, or at least that's what the public eye seems to treat it like. I mean, it's called the kissing disease, which is somewhere in between the blowjob disease and the handshake disease.
That's a really good way to put it.
It's amazing. So, do I just let this play out because maybe he has had mono before and can't get it again? Or maybe he is sick with this thing that I've put into his body with my mouth? Is it even my responsibility? My friends think that I am a really bad person for not telling him, but I think that this is fine. Sickness happens, and I gave it to him on accident. It was out of desire, not malice. I don't think that makes me a bad person. Do you guys? Sincerely, an infected individual whose identity that you both know but the listeners shall not.
Okay. I'd love to know where you stand on this. Because I don't. I don't know where you stand on this, and I would just like to know.
And
be honest. Don't. If this were you, what would you do?
If this were me, personally, I would tell the person, because I am a big advocate of, I know that it's not an STD and it's an STD light, but I'm a big advocate of getting tested and knowing your status and telling all relevant parties about those statuses. So just in the nature of that, I would probably tell the person, personally.
Yeah.
What about you?
Of course. I mean, I'm a giant germaphobe, you know, and I also I'm very into communicating with people and things like that. I understand why they're like, it's not so serious. It's not what I didn't give them anything, but and also I don't even know if I gave them anything, and also they're they're probably fine. Enough time has passed where you can probably gauge if you got this person sick or not. So they're probably okay. Or but I would say something. I would certainly say something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing is that it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, well in the spirit of being open and knowing your status and everything, I tell the person. But like, I'm always thinking that like the other person has that same kind of attitude as me, and some people don't have that attitude, and they're actually just like, what the fuck, I hate you for that.
Yeah,
when they shouldn't, because it's an illness and it was an accident and it's not super bad, like you say.
Right.
But,
so we're both on the team of, well, this is boring. I thought you were going to be like, I wouldn't tell them, and then I'd be like, oh, I am going to tell them, and then at the end of it, we can like have an actual fight.
Yeah, I'm like, oh well, actually, I didn't tell you when I got mono.
Oh, so. Jesus! So when I was very sick, that was mono.
Remember when you were really fucking ill?
I was really ill. Actually, during one time that you came here, you know what's funny? You got me sick.
I did get you sick.
You got me pretty ill one time.
Yeah.
You gave me a little fever, and man, remember how much my nose was just dripping? My nose was just
I had forgotten about that actually, but it's coming back to me in vivid detail now.
I had to sit there and play video games with tissues just kind of crammed up my nose, and they just kept filling up. Like they just kept getting too wet, and then I had to
imagine cramming as much tissue as you can into your nostrils and still like the wetness kind of permeating through the whole thing down into the bottom of it.
So that was mono?
So that was definitely a kissing disease.
Okay, yeah. We did get it
that I got from a water fountain before you say anything, which is normal, by the way.
One of your weird art friends is just called Water Fountain.
They spat in my mouth as an art piece.
Yeah, during some art shoot that you were doing.
The other part of this question that I find really funny is that they're like, oh, I'm in like a friends with benefits situation with this guy.
We don't talk other than to plan the hookups.
Like, we don't text each other or talk apart from to plan our hooking up. It's like, I don't think you're friends.
Yeah, that's not friends with benefits
Maybe
at
you
all.
should talk about that. The fact that I don't think you're friends.
That's funny.
this is just benefits.
Yeah.
This is only benefits.
Which is also not.
Well, I mean, it's benefits
for
you. It's drawbacks for them because you gave them mono. So.
Yeah, only bad is coming from them. You're over there getting to come. They're getting mono from you. That sucks. No, I would feel no resentment toward this person for not telling me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would maybe, like, if I got mono, if I was hooking up with people and I randomly got sick and it was mono, I guess I would be the one that kind of reached out to them and be like, hey, I got mono.
Yeah. Perhaps you gave it to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How debilitating is mono?
I don't know because I've never had it, actually.
Are you bedridden?
I have no idea.
Remember that episode of King of the Hill where Hank gets mono?
No.
Oh, did you not get to that point?
I don't think I ever got to that episode.
Oh, it's a classic episode.
I think I had to leave the country before I could get to that episode.
It is a classic, as they say. It is a. Are you?
As you say.
Do you watch adult animation?
Yes.
Okay, you familiar with Mike Judge?
I am familiar with the work of Mike Judge. Yeah.
He did King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead. Worked on a little show called Daria, right? So he created this classic episode of King of the Hill where Hank gets mono. As a teenager, he gets mono, and Peggy doesn't know that he got mono, and it was like when they first started dating or something, and he got it from somebody kissing him. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But he seemed fine. So that's what I'm basing this off of. Hank Hill seemed fine.
All of your collective knowledge on mono, which is mine is none, and yours is that episode
one
of
King of the Hill episode.
So yeah, fucking experts on it over
yeah,
here.
It's our expert opinion that is probably fine. But if this thing happens in the future, and if you and Drinking Fountain end up pairing up again, yeah, I don't think you're a bad person, but I'm probably more siding with your friends who say you're a bad person. Yeah.
We're not agreeing with them that you're a bad person, but we see where they're coming from.
I'm leaning a little bit to them. I'm probably giving them a look, you know?
Mildly.
I'd never say it to you, but if I were in the room and your friends outwardly said that, we'd probably glance at each other and be like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
Thank God someone said it.
Yeah. Though you're saying if it happens again, and my very, very limited knowledge of mono is also only coming from this email where they say maybe he has had mono before and cannot get it again.
You can't get it.
Is it a one-time thing like chickenpox? We should really do our research before we answer these questions.
Yeah, well, we should do a lot of things before we answer these questions. And we should honestly not answer half the questions that we get. But here we are. I would tell them, but it's probably too late now and it probably doesn't matter. But maybe fall into the habit of telling people this stuff. Yeah,
that's our honest advice.
Have you ever... Let's get real. Let's get honest. Let's brew some tea right now.
Okay.
Let's be a cash mooch with our listener base.
Okay.
And let's dish right now.
Babes.
Has somebody ever contacted you and said, hey, I have this and you should get checked?
No.
Me neither. I think that I'm just scared now. I think I'm horrified.
I gave you a scare one time.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
But that turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
It turned out to be nothing. Yeah. It was before we were dating. But we were holding hands.
We were drinking from the same water fountain.
You gave me eczema. I can't believe it.
Shit.
Yeah, I've definitely had scares like that in the past, but they've always turned out to be nothing, and I'm good now, and I'm not hooking up with people, so it's not a concern of mine now. But I feel like this stuff really it didn't used to scare me when I was a teenager, but it kind of it freaks me out as an adult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very into when I'm not in a monogamous fluid bonded relationship, getting tested very often. Because I don't like the idea of something festering inside me and me not knowing about it. And I just, believe in being proactive about that kind of stuff. And I don't think enough people are proactive about that kind of stuff. They're really fucking not. most dudes that I know who are in their like late 20s and stuff like have not ever been tested.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Which is shitty. Yeah, it's always like the onus always seems to be on the girl for some reason. A guy will barely go to the doctor if his dick is burning off of his own body.
Right.
Yeah.
That is also that's also a thing. Plus, I feel like, what's funny is that barely anyone is getting tested.
Yeah.
Truly.
Everyone's just running around doing whatever.
Everyone's just that's terrifying to me, man. Ugh. Mm-hmm. That's horrible. That's horrible. So yeah,
know your status.
In the realm of mono, I don't think that you're a bad person. This person, I keep almost saying their name. We like slip it in once without realizing it, and then it gets like somehow past the editing. Yeah, and then it's just out there. They just go, oh my god,
oh my god,
these fucking pricks.
Their full name
and their email.
Anyway,
yeah, I don't think this person's a bad person. I would say something. I would honestly. I tell people even when I would be like if I tell people, okay, how about this? Ooh, okay, how about this? Even if I'm just hanging out with somebody and we're not like making out or anything, I'll tell them I'm sick.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell them like, hey, you know what, I'm sick.
Hug me.
Yeah, so like like no hugging or blah blah blah. Or if I'm with them and I'm close to them for an entire day and then I just got sick or they were just sick, like we tell each other that. So why not this as well?
Yeah. Just good practice. It's good practice for small things and for bigger things.
Yeah, I think telling somebody that you have mono is like good practice for eventually telling them that you have something ridiculous.
That you've got scurvy.
Yeah, that you got pregnant.
Oh my god. I'm like, should I tell him? I don't know. My friends think it's kind of bad of me.
They think I'm being a little fucker for not telling them. The baby's 3 now, by the way.
The baby's at college. Okay, should we move on to our next question?
Yeah, let's do that right now. I'm just going to pull it up. Okay, this one is called My Boss, 56 female, is flirting with my boyfriend, 20 male. Hi, bitch and possum. How's it going? I think my boss at work is flirting with my boyfriend, which at first is a little unsettling until you learn that my boss is 56 and my boyfriend is 20. Whenever he comes to visit me in the office, she calls him honey and sweetie and gets weirdly flirtatious. I find this especially troubling since I thought she was into older men, like, I don't know, her husband? Do I bring this up with her, or do I just awkwardly laugh every time something happens and wait till I get a new job? My boyfriend told me that he wasn't into it, but how can I be sure? We've been together for over a year, and I don't want a cougar to snatch him up. Please help me. Idiot baby, this person's name I'm not going to say, who doesn't shit in strangers' homes. So we've definitely got a question from this person before. In an early episode.
A repeat writer. Yeah.
In a pretty early episode. So we got a flirtatious boss, 56 female, 56 years old.
Which at first is a little unsettling until you learn that the boss is 56 and the boyfriend is 20, which then makes it normal.
Yeah. At first it's unsettling, and now it's kind of hot.
And now I'm kind of into it.
Yeah. Maybe just see where this goes. Okay.
Maybe become like a throuple scenario.
My initial instinct is that a 56-year-old boss calling somebody honey and sweetie is nothing. Is completely nothing. Especially a 56-year-old female boss, I should say. I wouldn't feel the same way if this was some like 56-year-old male and he was calling you honey and sweetie a lot and it was making you uncomfortable. How does your boyfriend feel about this? Is he made uncomfortable by it? Because I'm definitely not one of those people who are just like men and women are exactly the same. And when something happens, when a man does something to a woman, it's the exact same as that when a woman does something to a man. I don't subscribe to that at all.
Definitely not.
They're different things.
No. We have power structures in place. We live in a society.
There's a different dynamic in place there. So, personally, if there was weird flirtatious things happening other than honey and sweetie, then I would have to hear them first, but I would agree it's probably weird. If it's just the honey and sweetie, I don't think it's weird.
Maybe
I don't think
it's old.
I don't think it's so weird that I don't even think she knows she's doing it.
But does she not call the writer honey and sweetie? Because that's rude.
Could be a little bit rude.
Maybe they just don't like you, though.
That's true. Consider that. Maybe your boss hates you.
Yeah, maybe your boss hates you and your boyfriend's just a nicer person. Easier to get along with.
Are you forgiving with... where do you draw the line of flirtatious? Because I've had many a 50-something-year-old women call me honey and sweetie.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess I draw the line at what makes the other person uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know. It's not necessarily like a what words are you using thing. It's very much a like what atmosphere is there.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
So it's hard for me to say. Someone could call me honey and it would be totally innocent and, feel like it was a great aunt type scenario.
Yeah, but then when I do it, you get all weird. Yeah, shivering. Just makes my skin slimy.
Just recalling it. Ugh. I'm covered in a cold sweat right now.
We can tell. We can hear it in your voice. You definitely are a little clammy.
Jesus. I mean, I've never been in a position where someone this much older than me is trying to flirt with me, though.
Not legitimately flirt, no.
No.
I've certainly been called honey and sweetie by people this age, but I was never just like, oh my God. Am I going for this?
Am I sleeping with my best friend's mom?
Am I doing this shit?
He's like, no, please don't.
I'm talking to him about it. I need some advice, bro.
Like, this is fucking wild.
I need some fucking advice. But, I think your mom wants it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Not this again.
He's like, please don't do it and also stop talking to me about it. Oh, my God.
And I don't know whether I'm torn. He's like, I'm telling you not to do it. I'm asking you not to do it. But you got to understand how I feel. And then in parentheses, horny.
Horny.
Yeah.
Turned
hard.
on.
And I might fucking go for it. I need the assurance that after I do it, you'll call me dad. It's like
I thought you were going to be like, you'll be okay with it. But no, just so much further than that you'll call me dad.
I want you to feel comfortable calling me dad. I don't want this like weird stepdad thing to come. I want you to call me dad.
Yeah, I don't want you to just call me like Dave or whatever.
He's 2.5 years older than me. Just call me dad.
I won't. I can't.
Okay, based on this email alone, do you think that the boss is flirting with the boyfriend?
I don't know. I think that if they've written in, then they must be feeling a certain way about it.
It's got to be something other than the honey and the sweetie. How does your boyfriend feel about it? And also, my next question is, the boyfriend said that he wasn't into it.
Yeah, he said that he wasn't into it.
You can't and shouldn't trust men.
You simply mustn't. No, this is coming from the horse's mouth. You just can't do it.
Don't do it. Do it for your own good. Stop listening now.
How can I be sure that my boyfriend wasn't into being called honey and sweetie? I know. You try... Okay. You try dressing up as a 56-year-old lady and calling him honey and sweetie and just to see if it gets him going.
Yeah. He instantly just tackles her and wants to make love.
He proposes on the spot.
Instantly. It's just the best sex they've ever had.
I'm forced to do it every time now.
Okay, here's a cool thing. Really put your foot in the door. Really, don't be shut out by this person. As soon as your boss, age 56 female, starts to call him honey and sweetie, you start calling him even cuter names than that.
Sugar pie baby cakes.
Hey, hey, what honey and sweetie? I guess that's what she was using. Hey, hunk.
Hey, hunko.
Hey, hunky.
Hey, junko.
What up?
And then you kind of start playing with his hair a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just kind of just trailing your finger from his mouth down to his stomach.
So then but then she puts her hand on his leg. This is the boss. And then you have to move your hand higher to show I'm in here. This guy's about to be fucked by two women.
Sitting there absolutely fucking stunned by this.
What is happening? Really put your foot in the door and you start calling him honey and sweetie.
I think this genuinely might be the way out of it. I think you've got to really amp it up kind of thing. You've got to assert your dominance as the flirtatious female in the situation. Yeah.
This is gonna sound really mean to older women out there, but you should flaunt your youth.
Oh my god.
You should walk in there and just be like, God, my back doesn't hurt.
Wow, my skin feels taut today.
Holy shit. I really love still having my period. It's just the best.
No.
It's just the best shit ever, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just fucking you could walk over, but like lean over to bend something. Lean down, bend down to pick something up. But don't do it in a sexy way. Do it like you're flaunting that you don't have lower back pain.
just flaunting that you don't have to squat to bend and you can actually bend from the waist. Yeah. Which is a skill that immediately disappears as soon as you turn 25.
Yeah. I don't have it anymore. You'd be bragging even to me. Yeah. My back is ruined. I have to use one of those rolly things that you got me.
Yeah.
Those little foam rollers will change your life.
Yeah, a nice Pilates roller. It's great.
It sucks that you start hurting in your 20s. Like that feels like it shouldn't be a thing.
I really felt like it wasn't going to settle until much later.
Until I was 40, you know? I thought I had to be in my 40s before my body starts hurting, but no, it really just starts dismantling itself at 25.
Yeah, no, when it's the winter, my hip joint fucking seizes up. I've got early onset arthritis.
Yeah, when I play hacky sack sometimes for too long, my hip will just grind. It'll just grind when I do, and it hurts so bad. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And that and my...
I've compared it to the sound of like, it feels like the sound that a China doll joint makes. That kind of like light grinding.
Oh, yeah, it's just like that. It's like
that's what it feels like.
It's like your joint is now made of a mortar and pestle.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just grinding up what little collagen you had left in there.
Yeah, it's gone. What the fuck?
Just turning it to powder. I feel like literally since the day I turned 25, I've just had like a rolling set of health issues where it's like, oh great, my asthma's back. Now I have eczema for the first time in my life. Right. Now I have an ingrown toenail.
Let's not forget the athlete's
fungus.
Foot.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to with the fungus. Yeah, it's just been a rolling set of problems.
Yeah. Yeah,
my body just started breaking down.
It's weird that the back pain's getting worse too, or just like standing for long periods of time. It's like, whew, let me sit. I'd like to sit now, please.
This is a good relatable segment for all of our early 20s and teen listeners.
I know they're going to be like, "What's around the corner for me?" It's funny too because like this shit is like can vary. I mean, I'm 28 years old. This shit can easily be super avoided if I just like. Exercise. Yeah. If I just exercised, you know, I would be better. But I think the fact that I don't, you really have to start keeping up with it in your mid 20s because it's just, you just start breaking apart. It's so weird. My back actually hurts. Even right now, just talking about it, my back hurts.
Yeah. It's a constant. It's like exciting when my back doesn't hurt. That's more of an event.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went on a tangent, but yeah, take it from us that if you flaunt your youth in front of this person, that's how you win.
Obviously not. Speak to your boyfriend if they're made uncomfortable. But you know what sucks about like this particular situation is that what do you do? What do you actually do? Like if you ever spoke to your 56-year-old female boss and said, hey, you know what? I'm not loving you calling my boyfriend honey and sweetie. They're of an age where they're not going to be understanding of that. They're going to be like, oh, you don't know what I meant by it, and you're being ridiculous, right?
Ugh. I don't know.
Of course they would. Of course they would.
Okay. I know we have one, well, I won't mention her age, but we have one listener who's of a later stage in life than we are. And it's my mom. So maybe she can tell us. Maybe she can give this person some advice as to how to deal with this boss.
Your mom's particularly cool, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and like particularly understanding and cool.
And not all everyone of that generation is.
No, of course not. Of course not. They hit a point. I think it's really important when you actually throughout any stage of your life to just continue learning. and continue progressing and I feel like so many people who are older than me, they hit a point and they just stop and they're just like, no, that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's an ideology that I don't understand, and I don't care if something makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, my progressiveness is gonna stop progressing right here.
Yeah, they hit like 35 and they're like, I know it all, and I'm done here.
And then who needs help working the printer? Huh? Them, because they refuse to fucking read the PDF on it.
That's the ultimatum. Hey, you better start being a little more woke, or I'm not going to help you work the printer anymore. That would be fucked. That would fuck over so many adults. That really would. They'd be like, shit. God damn it. Well, I've forgotten how.
Fuck. Okay. Are we going to move on to our last question?
Yeah, let's do it. We're running out of time anyway.
Okay. Our last question is a short one, actually, and it's entitled An Emo Pickle.
Good.
Dear Batch and Willie. Hate it. Thanks. I have a pickle, an emo pickle, if you will. I've been going through my emo phase for about 7 years now. I still wear all black to this day. Unfortunately, due to climate change and the fact that I live in Satan's arsehole, it is very hot during the summer, upwards of 45 degrees C on a daily basis.
Wait, and what's 45 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
It's extremely hot.
Is it? Hold on. Let me look it up right now. 45 Celsius to Fahrenheit.
I've never been that hot.
Jesus Christ, it's 113 degrees?
It's ridiculous.
That's super hot.
Yeah, I don't know where this person lives, but holy shit.
On the equator, probably. Like, what the fuck? That's insane.
Actually in hell, I think. Yeah. It's very hot during the summer. That's a fucking understatement. God. It is very hot during the summer, upwards of 45 degrees C on a daily basis, and I am struggling to still be emo during the summer and exist in a hot climate wearing all black. How do I survive the summer without dying of heat exhaustion while upkeeping my emo rep? Love the podcast and wishing you two the best. A 6-foot-tall emo woman. Thank you. You have my heart.
Yeah, truly. You're beautiful. You're perfect, and don't change except for your clothing, which we're gonna suggest right now.
We're gonna get into.
No, this is such a relatable question because when I was a teenager, you couldn't make me take off a hoodie. You couldn't force me to do it. Like you just couldn't do it. I would be sitting there clearly uncomfortable, sweat dripping from my face, and they're just like, "You good?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good," because it's like just a part of my outfit, you know?
Yeah, it's like I need the hoodie and I need the kind of like that like big triangular scarf with the check marks on it and the tassels.
Yeah. It's all a part of this,
those things,
okay?
Even if it's mid-July.
When it's nightfall, then you'll be the ones that look stupid and I'll be the one looking comfortable. And it's still somehow hot at night. It's the worst. It's still humid or something. Yeah, I've had a lot of situations in my super emo phase where I'd pick an outfit and I'd say, this is me for the day. And I'd be pairing like a hoodie. This is still a lot how I dress, but I would be pairing a hoodie with like a button up or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, the hoodie's a part of the button up. It just is. Or like the jacket is a part of the ensemble. I'm just wearing a little t-shirt underneath this. Together. It doesn't look cool. The t-shirt looks stupid if I don't have the fucking jacket.
The layering is what makes it.
It's all about the layering, much like my hair at the time. So I would refuse to take it off. And I think that's just that's just an emo, I want to say more mall goth than actual goth. Maybe it's also a goth thing, but I see it in a lot of mall goths
I've seen trad goths fucking walking around in full Victorian ensemble corset and top hat included in the middle of the fucking summer. So like, I think they can probably relate. Yeah.
It's just a part of the outfit. It's a part of the.
Yeah.
I want to call it a costume, but it's a part. It's a part of the outfit, and it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. And you know what's more emo or goth than struggling for your aesthetic?
Hey, there you go.
Physically uncomfortable for it.
What was the actual question here? How do I survive the summer without dying of heat exhaustion while upkeeping my emo rep? If it's 113 degrees out, don't go out. Stay inside. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess my advice would be to like sit directly under the aircon and then kind of blast American football or whatever, and that's how you're gonna balance those two things.
Yeah, you have to just
Yeah.
You have to stick with it, stick through it. You know what's fucking awkward?
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody actually tell you like, "Hey, you good? You know, you can take that off." Because I'm like, you're just like sweating.
Yeah.
I have. I definitely have, and it really cuts deep because you're like, so they notice, huh? Cool.
So they notice that I've been fucking absolutely. Well, I can't even hide it because I go so red when I'm too warm.
That's true.
I get so pink colored, really flushed. So it's pretty apparent. Yeah. To be fair, when it happened to me, the time that I'm thinking about, it hasn't been because I was so committed to my outfit, but it's because I was out with family and I was very committed to not showing the love bite that I had on my neck.
Ooh, that's another one too. That's another fun high school one of just like
pretending to just, this is just my scarf. It's just my daytime scarf.
And then they're like, take it off, we're at it. And you're like, no, I'm not going to take it. And they're like struggling. Your mom's struggling to take it off. He's choking you with it. And then finally she takes it off. There's 1,000 hickeys and fucking eczema and somehow athlete's foot just covering all of your neck.
It's all been festering in there because I've refused to take the scarf off for a week. And it's just been sweaty.
Your hickeys have, your bruises have spoiled and now they've turned into some type of scurvy.
I've got fucking leprosy.
She screams and you scream too because you're seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, no, God, the annoying thing about that is like I was not even into love bites as a teenager.
No, I hated them. I thought they were so corny.
I didn't want them, and my boyfriend at the time who gave me it knew that, and also knew that I'd get in trouble if I got one. So like, to kind of help me down and gave me one
cool.
as a fun thing to do, being like, haha, now you're going to get grounded. It's like, yeah, I am going to get grounded and I won't be able to see you for a week, so you won't be getting made out with.
Yeah, that's really cool. Just a quick question. What's his name? Who is this?
Good question. Where's he live?
Yeah, where's he from? Is he taller than me? You're gonna be like, yes.
Yes.
Even at the time in high school, he was taller than you.
Actually, yes.
I definitely believe that.
God.
No, I definitely had. I definitely had partners. In fucking high school, and so it's just so corny. But the as soon as they start sucking on your neck and they want to do that, I was like, ugh, what fucking rom-com are you living in? Like what? Or like it goes beyond rom-com because this isn't even funny. This is just rom. What corny romance movie do you think you're living in? I have to fucking live here. I have to walk around this area. You want me to walk around with little?
For you, this is a fun, like, 1 to 2 minute activity where you're just constantly sucking on my neck. For me, this is at least a week of consequences that I have to face.
You're branding me like a cow.
Ugh. Awful. Anyway, so yeah, I've been called out for the daytime scarf for that reason, for wearing it in the absolute middle of fucking summer, just like, just black scarf over my black t-shirt with a black hoodie on, being like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good. This is where I want to be.
And also the standard issue fingerless gloves, obviously, because they don't come off at any time of the year.
I never was into fingerless gloves, and
I'm
regret
still into
it.
them.
I regret it constantly.
Get into them.
I could probably get into it at this stage. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still wear them all the time because it's they're super good for photography.
Oh, are they?
For like being able to operate my camera and stuff. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's the excuse I'll give.
Just taking iPhone pics.
I don't think I have the right hands for fingerless gloves.
Too slender and beautiful.
I have slender, beautiful pianist hands. I have a little. Whenever I post a picture of my hands online, I'll get DMs about it. I really will. And
your hands went viral on Tumblr a few times, if I remember.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
and they're weird looking. They're very. I'm sure the people listening know the actual term for it. There's this sort of a corny anime term for it, isn't there?
Oh,
there's something.
Yayoi hands.
Is that it?
But that's the word for I think that just means like large hands, like large, long hands. But
Well,
yours are long and small.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They don't. I think they're seeing the pictures and thinking I have large hands, and unfortunately, I have the hands of a baby child, but a skinny baby child. They're
you just
slender.
See him try to hold an apple. It's hilarious.
Yeah, the apple wins every time. They are small. They're fragile. They're spindly. And they're not great. Imagine, and they're cold on top of that.
We simply can't find a glove
something worse than that. You and I are kissing, and I go and touch you, and there's these cold, spindly hands.
It's like sometimes you'll touch me, and I'll think a spider's run up my shirt.
It's a daddy long leg. Yeah. Many times you'll brush my hand away like it's a spider and go
kind of yelp. The only glove that I've ever seen you wear is a child's glove.
Okay.
And that's a serious observation. Like, you've got
true.
that one child's glove with a bear on it.
I got a little bear
wear
on
sometimes. It. Yeah, just the one for filling merch.
Merch orders. Yeah, you're really giving away a lot of my life right now. But yes, I do wear a child's glove with a little bear on it sometimes when I'm filling merch orders because I don't like to cut myself when I'm filling vinyl, okay? I wear it as a protective thing, and it fits perfectly. So that's why I wear it. Yeah. It fits just fine. It fit just fine before you got here.
Yeah.
I've known that glove longer than you. So don't make me choose. You won't like the outcome.
Oh my God. Okay, I won't bring it up again. I'm sorry.
I should post a picture of that glove. I think I used to show it off sometimes.
You whip it out.
I don't know
post
where
a
it
pic.
Is.
Put it on the IG story.
Yeah, maybe I will. I've been really into IG lately.
Yeah, I noticed.
I did a little Q&A there recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, rate our podcast 5 stars if you want if you want to see Mitch show off his child glove on Instagram.
I'll find the child glove and I'll show it off on Instagram if just one person goes to iTunes right now, rates this 5 stars and leaves a review telling me to show the glove.
It just says show the glove.
Show the glove. And I'll do it. If just one person does it, I'll do it. And you can be that person.
I'm going to be that person. I'm going to go review our own podcast.
This is a good scheme of mine now. Yeah, if you go do that thing, you can be that person. It's not going to be Billy. She was just kidding. You can be that person if you're listening. To go review this thing on iTunes and rate it 5 stars and leave a little review that says show the glove, and I'll do it.
Beautiful.
As soon as I see it, I will find it and I will post it.
Good.
With that said, I think we're out of time.
We are out of time. What a beautiful note to end on.
Yes.
Okay, well, we have been All the Space in Between. I am Billy.
And I am Mitch.
And if you have a question or that you would like to ask us, a little pickle that you would like to send in, you can send that to our email address, which is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. And if you'd like to check out our website and listen to the podcast episodes there and just have a preference for that, just go to our website. We're paying for a website right now. You should go to the goddamn website. It is
allthespaceinbetween.com.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right. Have a great week, everyone.
And enjoy this little this little secret rare podcast outro. It might be the last time that you hear it.
I forgot.
At least the last time you hear it for a while. And it's the one that Billy says hello in. So enjoy that. We will talk to you next week. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello?